class, and here we are all the material, all the practice tests to you, so that you can practice and go ahead with your Duolingo preparation and rock it, right? So first of all, this class is what you all have been waiting for. But before we proceed, I would also just like you to focus your attention uh, to the quite different type of questions that are going to be in front of you. Before we go about how the material would be given to you, you actually have to lay stress on understanding what all type of questions are there so that you can relate easier. So these are the different type of questions. There's listening to the spoken words and marking the correct ones. There's reviewing the written words and marking them correct. Filling out the missing letters from a text, describing an image. It might be writing it or talking about it. Recording yourself saying a written sentence, verbally answering a spoken question, responding to a written question, and typing out a statement that you hear. We've discussed all these different type of questions, but just pen them down in your notebook once again so that we are clear on how we're going to go about it. So the Duolingo Masterclass actually unleashes all the study plan and the practice material, everything that you would need in your preparation at one place. So after getting this access of all these lectures and practice tests, you don't actually have to even Google anything about Duolingo. You have already mastered what it is about, the test pattern and everything. Now it's time for you to practice. Like I mentioned, it's basic English proficiency, so you have to put yourself in a daily routine. You have to go about practicing these tests in a set pattern. And what I would suggest is this set of tests that we have gathered for you is for a day plan of about 10 days. So I'll just quickly walk you through on how it would appear to you once you get the access. So this is how your practice test would look like. There's practice one, two, three, and four. And if I just scroll down through the screen, you would see a wide range of all these practice tests, right? Which we have made from all the gathered material, from experts and from the experiences of our students, right? So all these tests are actually going to help you practice in the exact same manner on how it's going to be in the test. So if I just clicked on the practice test one, this is how the screen would look like. You can see the basic description or the instructions. Then if I just quickly scroll down, you can see all the sections that are going to come across your way, right? So you can see describing an image here, and I don't want you to go through it or read anything right now. We'll go about it in detail one by one. But what I want you to have a look on is the pattern that we have discussed and the different type of questions we've discussed is exactly what you're going to find here. So basically, this is how the website would look like, once you have the access. And first of all, in the practice test one, let us just quickly go about the instructions. So yes, read the individual section instructions very carefully. Other than these basic instructions, time yourself, have a good Wi-Fi zone, be in a very quiet room so that you can focus. Do not skip any section in between, and do not use the answer key before attempting the question. So if I go to the first section, which is the listening words, all you need to do is click on this play button, and an audio will be played. At the same time, you have to click on the word list, right? So this will actually help you to understand how the words are spelled and pronounced and would form the first part. So I just clicked. I'll just quickly tell you how it's gonna work. So once I click the audio, it will play, and then I have to click on the view word list, which would open up a list something like this. So basically, what you need to do is, while the audio plays, listen to these words and read them out again. In the first, try to play the audio again and again, at least a couple of times, so that you can actually, understand how the words are being pronounced, so that you can mark the correct ones. And while you read, you will subconsciously retain a lot of words, right? So this will help you a lot. Follow this practice for over 10-day period. Next section is reviewing the written words. What you need to do is open up the word list that is in front of you by clicking on the button here. And what you need to do is read the words one by one and memorize all these words, right? So you would see there's a list of 75 words. So across all these tests, there would be a list of 75 words. So don't get it's not it would sound something extravagant. It's not possible to retain all of the words every day, but it is not about retaining. Like I mentioned, you don't have to memorize, you don't even have to understand the meanings. Just go about reading them one by one, and this will help you to understand and retain a lot of words subconsciously again. Next is fill in the blanks. You would see a paragraph here, and what you have to do is to fill in the blanks. Time yourself in this particular part. So if I see this paragraph, you can see this is how it would look like. So I just see right through, and this word comes out to be influence. Yeah. So that is how, once you start reading it, your gut will tell you all the right answers, right? So it has to be in a flow, in a quick flow. Just keep on answering, and along with, if I click on the button, this is how the practice key would look like. So you can match your answers once you've attempted it, right? Going forward, there's describing an image. So this is how your test paper for the image would look like. What you have to do is to write 1 to 2 sentences on the given image. Time yourself for a minute. Also, if you can, just practice speaking about the given image and record yourself. Going forward, we have record a sentence. What you need to do is find these sentences in your practice document, and you set up a timer for yourself, and at the same time open up the record button on your phone and record yourself while you repeat the sentences. I don't want you to repeat just one sentence once. You can repeat it multiple number of times until you start to really get fluent about it. Next is verbally recording a para. This is a tricky part because this involves a lot of your creativity as well. So you see a question in front of you. What you need to do is set up a timer for yourself, and speak about the given topic for about 3 minutes. Right? You can also set it up for 5 minutes if with a going practice, so that you get better and better. Next is writing to a question. You would see a question here on the document. What you need to do is to write on this given topic for 3 to 5 minutes. Do not stop right in between. Right? Do not stop to take a break. Continuously write for 3 to 5 minutes. Take the beginning 30 seconds to organize your thoughts so that you can write better. But in the exam as well, you have to write for 3 to 5 minutes continuously. So have that practice. Next is typing the statement that you hear, right? So you would hear an audio. There are four audios. You need to click on the first audio and listen to it. And what you need to do is to write the answer, right? So what is the audio saying? You just have to write it on a piece of paper. I've replayed it to listen to it again. Then you can go about the second audio, and okay, that is how it would look. Then go about the third audio, and then the fourth audio. Right. What you need to do is there's no constraint on the number of times you playing the audio here, but do try to not listen to the audios more than 3 times, so that you stay in the practice how the test would be in the final go, right? And at the same time, there's an answer key at the bottom. You can just click on that and you would see all the correct answers there, and you can match your answers. So do match your answers for every type of questions that you have. So this actually would give you this is one of the practice tests, right? You have so many practice tests if you look here, and it is actually great because all of these tests have been specially curated to fit the exact requirement. All of the material is something that you would get. You don't have to look up. The biggest problem that we have solved for students is we have given you the exact study routine, right? We have given you the exact study material, right? And this is actually quite great, right? So if I just quickly go back and right. So I think this was quite great, and all of the study material is going to unleash a new potential in you guys. All you need to do is to follow it. You the number of practice tests that you see, you can divide it according to the time that you have available with you. I would suggest it that you should spread it across 10 days and practice four tests every day. And you would think, this is quite less and it's quite easy, but when you go about practicing, it would uh, give you some hints on where you lack. And do measure yourself, guys, every day. Once while you practice, do monitor your mistakes, do monitor the sections in which you're particularly making mistakes, so that you can improve. And if you have lesser amount of time, no worries, the tests are quite short, but they are very effective. And that is all you need to understand about the Duolingo test. It's not something like your traditional IELTS or TOEFL, where there are longer texts or more things to study. It's more about your English proficiency here. So go about these exercises every day, and I guarantee you would come out with flying colors with your dream score. And till then, take care and go about the practice, and all the best.